Warning, this video is full of spoilers for Masashi Kishimoto's new manga, Naruto Gaiden. So, if you're a fan of the Naruto anime, do not watch this. Show hasn't finished yet. If you're just an anime fan, you're not going to enjoy this and it'll probably ruin your day. BroHawkRiley here with a review of Naruto Gaiden Chapter 1, The Manga Returns! Thank you, Masashi Kishimoto. It's so awesome. I've been waiting a very, very long time for this. Holy crap, this is awesome. This is just a review of how I felt about reading it, what I thought, discussions, whatnots. You can agree with me, you can disagree with me down in the comments below. Who cares? I'm going to try to keep this nice, short, and sweet for you. Let's just go. I really like the way that it started off because, of course, the second page, I believe, is in full color. First 3 pages actually full color, and it's a nice transition because 699 was in black and white, and that was the ending. Of course, 700 starts off, and it's pretty much all color, and you get to see the characters all in color, similar to the anime. It's very cool. And then Naruto Gaiden starts off in the color and then transitions nice into the black and white, kind of like a smooth transition. Very nice. It's very interesting that it's a continuation exactly what 700, kind of like behind the scenes of what 700 was doing, especially expanded in certain parts and kind of like, oh, here's an extra clip. And it was very interesting to see the two characters, Sarada and Bolt, sitting there because she resembled her father a lot with the cross hands, kind of like, yes, exactly, yes. And of course, Shino, like we saw in 700, is now one of the instructors, kind of like Aruka Sensei was. Their final exams for their headbands is coming up next week. Some people are excited, some people are not excited. Of course, Boruto's super excited, and Sarada is kind of like torn. She's very, I don't know, what is a ninja? Ninja this, ninja that, who knows? Very torn. It's really interesting to see the whole amalgamation of different characters in there. What I'm talking about is the offspring. All right, it's really interesting how what Shino and Sai's child looks like. It's very weird with the eyes. I don't even know. But it's also really interesting to see Tamari and Shikamaru's son. He looks exactly like Shikamaru. As the manga transitions back to black and white, like I said earlier, it's pretty interesting to see Chocho, who's Choji's daughter, kind of have a small relationship with Sarada when they're talking about, Choji's complaining about the whole ninja thing and I don't want to train. And Sarada says, well, you know, maybe you should actually go to training. And of course, Chocho snaps back at her to go, oh, you're an Uchiha. Oh, it must come natural to you. Don't talk down to me. How dare you? And then she has this whole conversation where she complains about her father eating salty chips. Very weird. Anyway, before we go any further, I have to point out one particular point in this page that's very, very important. When Sarada talks about, at least you get to talk to your dad. It's very sad. I got to see that a couple times with a couple of different people. Of course, you have Naruto, who always been alone. He's sitting in his room alone. Nothing more lonely than in the movie Last, when he's sitting in a dark room with all these presents. And it doesn't matter how many cool presents or how many people like, oh, you're so cool. He sits in that room alone, quiet, in the darkness, because his parents aren't there and he's sad. Sakura also went the exact same thing during the Road to Ninja, when the roles were reversed and her family was actually the people that sacrificed themselves for the village. She sat in that room, may not have been dark, but she was by herself, eating all these cool foods that people gave her, but she was still alone and she missed her family. Very interesting to see how Sarada deals with this, and I look forward to actually watching, see how she transitions, because as far as the manga goes, Sasuke is really not much a part of it after 700. You get to see him a little bit walking around and whatnot, but Naruto, the 7th Hokage, fighting against Bolt, kind of like a training kind of thing, as we figure out later down the episode that that's not really him. That's one of his clones, and Naruto is actually busy at work doing paperwork, and apparently they have computers now, 15 years later, in Konoha. Go figure. Of course, what they're actually doing is playing a game of hide and seek and fighting, and so it's really cool that they're jumping around. Of course, Bolt is disappearing and trying to get the best of Naruto, and as we see the 7th Hokage trying to go after him, he bumps into Sai and his daughter. At the bottom of the page, you can actually see Sarada kind of peeking on Naruto as he's talking to Sai about trying to act cool and all that other stuff, but, you know, hey, she seems like that kind of small thing, but she doesn't seem like, you know, the arrogant kind of like, screw the world, I just want to get better and destroy everyone. She seems very curious. Right off the bat, I really like Sarada. Right off the bat, Sarada is like my favorite character. I really want to see what happens with her because Bolt is kind of like, you know, mascot more or less, and something very forgettable for me. And more importantly, I want to see more of Naruto. You don't really get to see him speak until like this. In 700, you got to see him speak a little bit to his son and then a little bit to the Kages, but that's about it. Of course, Sarada bumps into Bolt while he's trying to hide from his father. And of course, Bolt says, "Quiet, I'm trying to hide." And then Naruto shows up. "Hey, have you seen Bolt?" "No, I haven't seen Bolt." And then he just jumps away. Of course, Shikamaru shows up and says, like, you know, if your father really wanted to find you, he just used Sage Mode. It'd be super easy. Sarada points Naruto in the other direction and says that's where Bolt went. Of course, they're asking, why would he do that? Of course, it's been a long time since we last played hide and seek, so I can't let him find me so easily. Sarada tells the 7th Hokage that he went the other direction while she's standing right next to Bolt while he's hiding underneath the sign. I think the reason why she kind of felt bad for him, sort of, maybe, I don't know, she's kind of confused. She really doesn't care anything about it. But it's very interesting that the fact that, like, Naruto is... Sarada tells the 7th Hokage that he went the other direction, even though she's standing right next to Boruto while he's hiding underneath the sign. I don't know if she knows anything about it or she cares. She's kind of careless, whatever. Kind of did it, whatever. But the cool thing is, the fact that he's trying to do this, he doesn't really get to spend a lot of time with Naruto. And the hide and seek thing is kind of like a cool thing. And the longer Boruto like hides, the more time he gets to spend with his father. So he thanks Sarada. Of course, Shikamaru shows up and says if the 7th used his Senin mode, he'd find you instantly. If Pop was serious, we never have a record in the first place. I know that. So they both know consciously, Boruto and Naruto, that they're just playing a game. Shikamaru has his son Shikada, and they're talking about how, you know, you're just like your father, and you blah, 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 and all that other stuff. You know how it is, you know, Naruto, crazy, stupid kid, blockhead. Shikamaru actually captures Boruto in the shadow binding jutsu. Yeah, I'm the mediator, all right? The Hokage is a busy man. You gotta stop screwing around. Shikada, go tell the 7th where his son is. And of course, Shikada, like his father, starts going, mental sai. He's getting mad. He's getting annoyed. And it kind of shows that he's making fun of Boruto, saying, oh yeah, you're too much like Naruto. Haha, I'm better. And then automatically his son starts acting exactly like him. I guess it happens in my family too, when he gets to see Shikada get all like pissy and whatnot. Oh, I don't want to do this. Why me? But then we bring up to another sad part where you get to see Shikamaru, you get to see his son, Boruto, Naruto. Sarada, no Sasuke. She says, he left when I was still a baby, and I never got to meet him at all. And then they show a picture, kind of a portrait of Sasuke and Sakura and Sarada when she was a little baby, and then like a little child, maybe like 5 or 6. And this is telling from her actually looking at the family portrait, picture we'd never seen before on the left of Sakura all happy. And of course, the Team 7 photo to the immediate right with a pissed off Sasuke. So it's very interesting. But Sarada brings up the question to Sakura, did he have glasses? Sakura's like, did Dad have glasses? I guess. I don't think he did. Well, what? Are you freaking kidding me? Come on, Sakura, you obsessed over Sasuke. You know everything about him. You followed him. He tried to hurt you. He's punched you. He's attacked you. You know everything about that goddamn man. You know he didn't have glasses. Of course, she seems like she's kind of like deflecting the issue. No, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? No. Now as, I don't know. Well, your dad never was in the village much when he was younger. Come on now, really? That really seems like a deflective question. Like, maybe if I skirt around it. Now. But Sarada says something that pisses off Sakura really bad. You married him, and you guess? You guess? Sarada starts asking questions that need to be answered. The time has come. Hey, Mom, are you really his wife? The thing that's really strange is your relationship with Dad. And strange is an understatement, to be honest. Goes, boom! Sakura power punch on the ground. Destroys the guard and destroys everything. Gets really mad. Gives her the evil eye. That Sakura does. Pretty sure she didn't go whole Tsunade Sage. I'm gonna kill you. Of course, it was just a question. Doesn't know who her father. Like, she knows who her father is, but she's never met him. She's got all these weird, dumb questions that she never sees. She doesn't see him with glasses. What's going on here, huh? You never see him? I never see him. Sakura apologizes. I know that, Dad's always on an important mission. Kind of like, you've seen that. Oh, Dad's own business. Dad will be back soon. I'm sure the, feelings are mutual. He'll be all right. And Sarada starts crying, get all sad. But of course, what happens? A little too much power, Sakura, and she destroys the house. And that, of course, leads her to having a complete mental breakdown and faints. Has to be rushed to the hospital and freaks out. Cut to the hospital. Shizune's talking to Sarada about her mother and making sure that she's okay. Do you have a place to stay? Sarada's fine. He's like, nah, don't worry. All right. But of course, she's more worried about the stuff that's inside the house. And here's the craziest thing. Here's when it gets really, really interesting. She's inside the rubble of the house. She's looking around and she has to find some particular things. What's more important, a TV or a picture? You got to look for your pictures. In the rubble, you're looking around for family photos. You're looking around for so many important things that mean so much to you that you can hold on, that you can't replace. Of course, she finds the picture of her mother and her father, the picture that we talked about earlier when she was talking to Shikamaru, but it was broken on the top. She noticed that that picture of Sasuke was a whole lot bigger than the Sakura picture, so she pulls it out. It almost looked like Sakura kind of like pasted something, maybe a Kohana version of Photoshop inside there. She pulls it out. It's got Japanese writing on it. It says, "Who's next to Dad?" And this is the thing that blew my mind. I'm like, I did not notice it until now. We get to see Karen next to Sugasu and Sasuke. There's no Jugo for some reason. You don't get to see him in the picture. But the craziest thing is how weird she looks like Sarada. She even has the exact same glasses. And it blew my mind. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? The girl in the glasses. That leads to the question, ladies and gentlemen. Is Sakura Sarada's real mother? We know that she is Uchiha. She's got Uchiha blood in her. It's probably confirmed, whatever. Fan fiction, yes. Oh, yes. Blood test, yes. You are the father. Well, that's the craziest thing is what's going on there. That's the cliffhanger that they're leaving us with. It's insane. And of course, you get to see a picture of Sasuke go, like he almost felt the strange kind of like, realization of his child going, what the fuck? And of course, Sasuke, returns. So we get to see him deal with this stuff when he comes back. So it's really interesting because it shows Sasuke, and it shows Karen. Then it shows Sarada on the bottom. They look exactly alike. And it just shows her, pulls out and just shows her in the rubble just standing there. Very interesting. And that's the end of Chapter 1 for Naruto Gaiden. I hope you enjoyed this review. Look forward to your questions and comments and whatnot. And I will see you next week when I'll post Chapter 2. Enjoy your day.